I love bullying. It's rolling, isn't it?
What? What? I know what you're talking about. We just have to admit you like bullying children.
No.
No, okay, good. Just wanted to make sure. I'm definitely rolling. This content is brought to you in association with my buddies over at JamJamCardsUK. You can find the links to the eBay store and the Facebook page in the description. Hi guys, Joe here from Rufioh. We got Big P back on the channel, fresh off the back of the loss in the family tournament today, unfortunately. But he was playing a bit of Spice, so I decided that it would be probably quite a cool idea to get his deck on video. So, what is it you're playing?
I'm playing Adventurer U.A.
Adventurer U.A. We can't say Brave, that's incorrect, so we'll call it Adventure. Plus, it kind of sounds a little bit more exciting and might get kids watching the video if they read the word Adventure and learn about how they're going to get bullied by
We're
you.
playing the sports RPG.
Sports RPG. Okay, fair enough. Anything you want to say about it before we get stuck in?
Obviously, it's Rogue, but I mean, I think it's pretty fun and pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, surprisingly, like,
Free Omni negate's kind of nice.
yeah, it can put up boards that like definitely can rival the current meta decks.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Well, before we do get started, as you'll notice, this man has a JamJamCardsUK t-shirt on. He's also on the team, so if you want to sponsor him, and you want to sponsor me, and you want to support the channel, go ahead and check out the link in the description. Use the code Rufioh15 for 15% off their singles. Get ready for the new meta, all that exciting stuff. But let's get stuck into the profile, shall we? Okay, take us away when you're ready.
Cool. So UA got a couple of new cards fairly recently. So the first one is the Libero Spiker. So this is pretty cool. Obviously, it's normal summon for the deck, which the deck desperately needed, which has sort of stopped it from being ever particularly good. So during your opponent's turn, you can return this card and a level 5 or higher UA monster from your hand to special summon a UA monster from the deck.
Yeah.
Like, you're accessing monsters in your deck and you're returning your normal summon to your hand, which is like crazy important.
Yeah.
And then the monsters you summon from your deck have effects.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy how good this is for the deck. It's pretty much exactly what it needed.
Yep.
So obviously 3 of this, like best card. Then the next card we play 3 midfielder.
Yep.
It's the old school one. It's a normal summon, which basically is what you need. Its effect is not great, but I mean sometimes it can help you OTK. So you can tag out another UA card for another UA card in your hand at quick effect speed. So you can do that in the battle phase to tag out something to get another attack in.
Yeah.
But it's a normal summon, which is all it's really important for. Then we play the team, so we play the Perfect Ace, which is the Omni Negate, the Rebounder, which is like the Monster Reborn, the Dunker, who's the OTK Beast and destroys cards during the damage step, the Blockbacker, who's another Negate, and also just generally a really thick boy.
Yeah.
And then 2 of the new Player Manager.
Yeah.
This card is also insane from the same wave as the Libero Spiker. So when a UA monster is normal or special summoned, he can special summon himself from your hand. And then when he's special summoned, he can either negate all of your opponent's monsters or destroy a card on the field.
It's pretty good.
So the effects are insane. It helps you go wide on your board, which is great. The only downside is he doesn't have the same summoning condition as the rest of them where you return a UA monster to your hand. So he can sort of get cloggy when he's on the board if you don't have anything to go with it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the effects that he has are just insane.
Yeah.
And the effects, it's crazy how good it is. I was playing 3, but I had to cut some down to fit the adventure engine in.
Yeah.
So that's the team. So that's all the UA monsters. Don't think I would be able to find space to play any more.
Yep.
So then we go on to the adventure part. So this is a very standard adventure lineup. Playing 3 of the Aquamancer and a Griffin. That's the monsters. It sets up an Omni Gate on your first turn.
Surprisingly beefy as well, like the token's 2k.
Then even because we also play a Dogmatika package, even if you just summon the token and make the token into the Link Spider to special summon the Ecclesia, like has utilities there, and like if you can't get to the Griffin Rider because it gets ashed or whatever, your journey or whatever it's called gets removed somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're the monsters. You wouldn't play any of the other ones. Then Dogmatika guys, we're just playing the Ecclesia and the Floodly.
Yeah.
Well, this is basically started because we were playing the Punishment because it's a pretty good card.
Yeah.
But it turned out that there were ways to get into like either Link Rebo in the previous build or Link Spider now to special summon this, then get this. It's another negate on the board.
Yeah.
And it's a harder negate for the people for like Sword Soul to stop because obviously it activates in hand with the Floodly, so they can't just cheese out it. Pretty good.
I guess like even individually they're not terrible anyway. Like
yeah, like definitely like this can make itself 3k when attacking is pretty useful. And also we don't really use our extra deck, so it's a way to make the extra deck a toolbox of resources.
Sure.
From sending with Nadir and whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah. So onto the spells. We play. This is the field spell deck. We play 6 field spells. Absolutely mandatory. Wouldn't play less than this. So this the normal stadium is when you normal summon a UA monster, you get to add a UA monster. So you can see why having normal summons of UA monsters is really important for the deck. Then when UA monster is special summoned, you gain everything on your board gains 500 attack, not just UA monsters.
Yeah.
So that just by itself can suddenly be like, wow, I've got like 2,500 extra attack on the field for pretty much nothing. And it's not once per turn for the search effect, which is important. Then the Hyper Stadium, which is another one of the new cards. So it's Rota when you activate it for a UA monster.
Yeah.
Or it can add a stadium from the graveyard,
Okay.
which is kind of spicy.
It's pretty good.
Doesn't come up a lot, but sometimes it is relevant. Then its second effect is you can reveal another field spell, so it doesn't have to be a UA field spell, from your hand to get an additional normal summon of a UA monster, and you take 1,000 damage for that. But that's fine, because you go Hyper Stadium effect, reveal stadium to get another normal summon, then you put the UA stadium on the field. It's a lingering effect to get the extra normal summon, so then you can go normal under UA and get 2 adds.
It's pretty good.
Or you can go normal, add something, spin back the normal, then normal it again.
So you can really build that field with this
So
combination.
you're gaining a lot of advantage from just these.
Yeah.
But as I say, you have to play both of them because you need to see another field spell with this to get the normal summon.
Yeah.
So that's that. Then we play these to more field spells.
Field spells, yeah.
Really cute interaction that I missed out on the game against Chris that you'll probably see is that if you set rotation, you can use your Draco back to return the set card on their side of the field to your hand. So it means you will set rotation into both the stadiums, activate the Hyper Stadium, spin the normal stadium back to your hand with Draco back, then you can reveal the stadium and do the double normal summon combo.
It's pretty good.
So I wish I didn't miss out that on the video, but first time really playing the deck.
Yeah, it happens.
We played the Power Jersey. This is the OTK card. Gives your UA monster 1,000 attack. If it destroys a monster by battle, you can attack again. All battle damage is doubled.
Is that once or like it keeps going?
Oh no, it's just once.
Sure.
So you're going to get 1 extra attack, but that's fine because you equip it to a Dunker, who's boosted by Stadiums. That's 4,000 attack. Dunker does piercing damage, so you're attacking. If you hit into a 0 defense thing, that's OTK.
Yeah.
So, and then if the monster is returned to your hand, that's equipped with this. This can also return to your hand.
That's pretty good.
So yeah. Then we play 3 Signing Deal.
Yeah.
It's essentially E-Tele for UAs.
Sure.
It negates the monster, but it doesn't matter because you can do the little dance thing where you return a UA to your hand to special someone out, then return that one to special one you just got off this.
Yeah, sure.
Comes back out, not negated anymore. It stops you from XYZ fusion synchroing with it, but obviously it's an old card, so it doesn't stop you linking.
Pretty good.
So that was pretty fun when I was playing a DPE version of the build. And you take damage equal to the level times 300, which can get quite pricey if you're summoning out a level 8. You're taking 2,400 damage or something, but it's worth it because it gets your engine rolling. We play some Foolish Burials of various kinds.
Yep.
So this is to send Aquamancer. and this to send the next card I'll show you. I'll show you now. Sends penalty box.
Right.
Penalty box is when it's in the graveyard, you can banish it to search for a UA spell.
Yep.
So that gets you your field spell, or it gets you your jersey, or it gets you your signing deal. It's an incredibly powerful card in the context of UAs.
Does the effect, like the continuous effect, do anything useful? Or?
So when it's actually on the field, so this comes up very rarely, but if your UA monster battles, it banishes the opponent's monster until the opponent's second end phase.
Sure.
Which, if you're doing that in your turn, that's a long time to lose that monster. And it doesn't target or anything, so like in the past I've swung into a Dragoon and said, bye-bye Dragoon, you're going away for 2 turns.
Yeah, sure. It's pretty good.
So it comes up very occasionally, especially in hands where you're like, oh, okay, I'll just summon a UA guy, set a card, pass your turn, then they go, aha, I'm going to attack at your guy, and you go, no.
Yeah, sure. That's pretty good.
Because obviously it's a rogue card, no one knows what it does.
Yeah.
They're not
No one's reading
no
it.
one's playing around it, that's for sure. And then if they go, oh, okay, I'll pop it, and you're like, cool, I'll just get a search.
Yeah, sure.
Back to adventure things, I guess. Play the 3 rights, the journey thing, and the Draco back.
Yeah.
So obviously, everyone's going to know what these do by the time that we.
And if they don't, I've got a video that shows you.
If you don't, Joe has a combo video. So, but yeah, summons a token, adds you things, bounces stuff.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the Dogmatika stuff. 2 Nadir, 1 punishment.
Yeah.
Works into the new list, which is coming. Obviously, only 2 Nadirs, so.
That's all you need.
Yeah, so obviously I was playing 3, but I had to find cards to cut for Adventure, so I was like, oh, let's get rid of a Nadir, I guess.
Fair enough, fair enough.
But yeah, it gets you into that tool. Extra deck, for what it's worth. So, Pegasus is a good card in the graveyard. Link Spider for turning your tokens into extra deck monsters.
Yep.
Got Link Rebo in here. I used to play FA Auto Navigator because it would search the Hyper Stadium because it's always treated as an FA card, but I can't make this anymore, so this is irrelevant. Phoenix, generally good. Barricade Wall Blocker because you can recycle your field spells and your Journey card.
Like niche scenarios.
Niche scenarios. Again, like this is what the
You got the space
for.
though, right?
Yeah. We play a Ferret to try and fix our hands off Nadir, which
Broken.
surprisingly has worked a lot. Unicorn because spinning things back. Access Code Talker. Red Eye's Flare Metal because I can turn Griffin and Block Backer into it.
For fuck's sake.
Burns 500, bro, for time. And then because we're playing that, I guess we're playing a Zeus.
Just in case.
Just in case. 2 Entis, because obviously this card is insane with Nadir and Punishment.
Yeah.
The Titanic Lad for turn 1 combos. And then 2 cards exactly for Jamie the Kid. Because every time I played him in the last few weeks, he's used Maximus.
Yeah.
So it's like, I've never had to punish for it. And now I've put them in, I've not played them again. So, but again, extra deck is there for utility.
Yeah, seems pretty flexible, which is kind of nice,
Yeah.
I guess. If people want to spice up the deck a little bit, they can always add different things.
I want to play Extrav in it, but I need to figure out what cards I can drop because it's so engine heavy because I'm playing 3 engines.
Yeah.
I don't want to drop any of them because they all have their use in the deck.
Sure.
So, but yeah, it's already 42 cards as well. So I think that's about it for the main deck. The side decks, like, I'll just fan it out and you can see, but it's not really relevant.
Generic good
like,
side deck cards.
Just, yeah, good stuff, dot slide deck.
Yep, that's fair enough.
Nothing really to say there.
Cool. Okay, thanks for taking the time to do the profile. Do really appreciate it. Like, any shout-outs before we go?
Obviously, Jam, Manascrew.
Got that blurry look.
Ooh.
Don't know what's going on. Carry on.
Yeah, Jam, Manascrew, Rufioh,
Obviously.
the boys. And shout-outs to Sports.
Yeah.
Because
You look like a sporty guy.
It's genuinely just a really fun deck
Yeah.
that happens to have some good matchups into the meta. And it's flexible. You don't have to play the Dogmatika, you don't have to play the Adventure. You can play other engines, you can play the TPE engine if you want. It's just like fun.
Yeah, and I guess you're not worried about like mirror matches. 'Cause I know you said the
it's
big
really
thing
good
for you.
into like stuff like Scythe because you don't care about your extra deck, which is nice. It can go first or second; it doesn't really care. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, just shout out to sports.
Shout out to sports. We love you, sports.
We love you, sports.
All right, fair enough. Thanks again for coming along, guys. If you haven't already, you should most definitely hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.